Is Meghan Markle hiding a bun in the oven? The internet is going crazy with speculation after the Duchess dazzled in a blue dress with what some are calling strategically placed ruffles over her stomach.
Until now, I still admire Meghan because she hides it so well. Many years have passed. Archie is 5 years old and Lilibet is 3 years old, but neither Meghan nor Harry have left any trace or evidence of their existence or not. So what happened in the end? I don't have the patience to guess anymore. So I started to research, and thanks to my network of relationships, here is the truth. Everyone, please prepare a comfortable state of mind and watch this video until the end. Given the circumstances, it is reasonable to believe that Meghan Markle is the biological mother of both Archie and Lilibet. Oh, how great it would be for Meghan and Harry to have a little boy for him and a little princess for her. That would be absolutely wonderful. This is such a beautiful picture that they created. Nevertheless, it does not sit well with the millions of people who are gazing in from outside. I have a lot of questions. A child who is 20 years old and who is claimed to have been abandoned by her, pillows, hysterectomies, a yacht girl, 1 or 2 husbands, falsehoods, truths, and a level of cruelty that we have never seen in the royal family before are all issues that have been brought up. Now, they are social outcasts who survive on their wits and are almost completely abandoned by civilization. It is getting closer and closer to both of them. What comes next, Meghan? There are 2 youngsters, which is something that can be seen rather well. The question that needs to be answered is whether or not it was even conceivable for Meghan to have conceived 3 children and given birth to all of them. Is there something else that could be? This seems to indicate that there is something else according to the balance of probabilities. The phrase "one have a cunning plan" was frequently used by Baldrick in the cartoon series Blackadder. These 2 individuals, who are not particularly bright, ought to have been aware that they were being watched all the time. As Sherlock Holmes would have stated, the fact that they pretended to have a miscarriage and then insisted that they retained it and said they would bury it in their garden ought to have alerted everyone involved that something was going on. In spite of the fact that the Queen must have had a full report about this woman a very long time ago, she continued to act as if she were a child in order to demonstrate that she was capable of having children. In Harry's ear, the Queen said something that sent their small world tumbling down on them. I can't help but feel that she was trying to tell him something. There are a number of factors that led to Meghan's departure, but the question that was being asked about Archie at the time must have been a significant concern. There is a possibility that the children have Harry's DNA. This concludes. Having said that, there are 4 of them in total. Of course, Harry's DNA, but if they don't come from his wife, they are illegitimate and wouldn't be in the line of succession. That is the state of the law. But Harry and Meghan are going to spring surrogacy on us when the time is right. The royal family is going to lose King Charles III sooner rather than later, and the popularity of the monarch, while very high at 61%, is slowly declining. What I am suggesting is that at some point the public in the UK, being much younger and progressive, is not going to want to see Harry's progeny considered illegitimate for succession purposes and will not care that they did not come from joinder with Meghan's eggs. That time is not now, so Harry continues to build his own reputation, as does Meghan, both individually and as a couple or a brand or as royals in exile. It is all marketing, and when the time is right, they will spring forth nonsense and whine that the royal family is narrow-minded. Traditions force them to lie about the children. Keep in mind that this couple has no intention of going away in shame. Harry and Meghan have no personal interest in playing as actual working royals, nor do they have hopes that either child will take up the occupation. Being seen and accepted as royals means they get to lick the icing, which is, after all, the best part of the cake. There is a method to their madness. You just have to stand back and look closely at their long con. To be honest, all the whole Markle family knew she had a hysterectomy at the age of 29 years. This is quite unusual for a young woman of childbearing age. Maybe the children were born with a surrogate mother using Prince Harry's sperm. Therefore, the children, if they exist, are basically his offspring. The issue is, why are the children hidden away as if they don't exist? Meghan is the kind of person who will use anything to gain publicity and status. Rather strange behavior. They stated the children came with them last visit together, but the airport staff stated there were no children on the flight. Not surprised King Charles is beginning to cast them aside. They are a serious liability to any family. However, we are not too worried about Harry and his children being dragged back to the UK because people are worried about the line of succession. First of all, most UK people do not like and absolutely hate Meghan and Harry. They just want to devour this fake couple. Even if there is support, it is only a small, insignificant part. Besides, don't we still have Prince William? He is working day and night for the royal family, and his children will also be well educated and in the potential line of succession. In particular, the law has stipulated that children of wild animals are not considered in the line of succession, so Parliament will not agree to give Harry's children any power. So there is no reason for Harry and his fake family to be in power. In fact, Meghan is also very good. Do you guys see that we are not as good as her? What quality do you feel you most admire about this woman? You probably won't be able to do things like Meghan in your whole life. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Ha ha ha, I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. Okay, let me tell you so you can think about it and see if it's true. The Duchess of Sussex is now known as Meghan Markle. You will now inquire about the qualities that make her so lovable. She was successful in accomplishing what would typically be considered a huge undertaking, yet she was able to do it. For a very long period, she committed an act that no other lady had ever done before. As a result of her efforts to find and marry a prince, she was elevated to the position of princess of a royal family and became notorious. I put Lucky on that list as well because she met Harry after he had been in the army for 10 years, far away from the other royals who believed he was safer in Afghanistan, and far away from civilized society, where he spent 9 out of 10 of his time playing with his Xbox. According to one of the air service guards who was assigned to protect him from harm, the task is made even more difficult by the fact that she has been married once or twice and by all the men who have used her as a rubber doll. Therefore, you can imagine that he went 10 years without a woman, with the possible exception of trips to Kabul for a night out and Alibaba's belly dancers and kebabs. He was fortunate because the moment he was released from the army, she was there waiting for him, all dressed up with the wiggle and giggle of a well-seasoned yacht girl. And we understand that her time in the Jeffrey Epstein stable provided her all the experience she needed to dazzle a sex-starved man who had just been released from jail, or more accurately, the army. It takes a combination of luck, timing, and a clever plan, as well as a man who is eagerly awaiting a willing party. I would like to mention that we were quite fortunate because our Harry was the type of person who was quickly impressed by an experienced lady like Meghan. Even more fortunate is the fact that he was dull, and even more fortunate is the fact that he appeared to be looking for a mother figure as well. Now, of course, the circle appears to be complete with him becoming a mother or a daughter. We are aware of that fact now. Now, what was his intelligence level? Let me see. Her disgusting, oily melanoma-looking butchered face, her filthy rat hair, her buffalo teeth, her syphilis-ridden guts, her rotten-out womb due to endless abortions and STDs, her box jellyfish waist, her unionized skeleton stork velociraptor legs and feet, her incredible stupidity, unintelligence, inner evil, fakery, emptiness, vulgarity, and embodiment of utter rashness. Not exactly endearing, isn't it? I support that someone cleans the earth off that waste of space. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And what do you think about this issue? Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.